Ah, it's not a big deal. I can quit whenever I want. Really? Quit drugs whenever you want. Come on. You and I know that's not true. You see, the point is, once you indulge in drugs, it's very difficult to break the chain. There is every tendency for addiction to set in. So my dear, the best time to quit drugs is now. Not tomorrow, not next tomorrow, not next month, not next year, and definitely not whenever you want, but now.
Drug abusers would always say, I don't have problem. But let me tell you, denial does not help matters. It only stops you from confronting the situation. If you are abusing drugs, it's a very serious problem. Some people may give excuses like, I want fitness, confidence, sound mind, or whatever. But I tell you, whatever reason it is, drug abuse will not give you that. It will make you high for a particular period of time, but I tell you the dangers is for a lifetime. Just take a look at yourself. You are precious and unique. Then why abuse drugs? If you're abusing drugs, I implore you to stop. Not tomorrow, but today. Thank you.
Some people comfort themselves by saying something must kill a man. Yes, something will always kill a man, but it should not be something that can be prevented. Drug abuse can be prevented, so you shouldn't let it kill you. Please, you can't let that kill you. I mean, drug abuse is too cheap a thing to kill you. Your life deserves better, and you can be a better person, you can be a smart person and do all the wonderful things you want to do without abusing drugs. So why do you want to leave yourself at the mercy of drugs? Please, stop drug abuse now. Please. Now beg are they big. Big co.
You could say all my friends are doing drugs, so I do it in order to belong. Really, that's quite lame. You need to realize that you alone have your life to live. So try and get the help that you need immediately before something do you. Drugs is a no-no. Stop Johnson.
Great! Realizing that you need help is the first step out of the mess. If you need help, but you feel you cannot afford it, then you can contact us through the numbers on your screen. At the end of this video, we're also going to show you contacts to rehabilitation centers across Nigeria and other NGOs that could give you help from drug abuse and drug addiction.
Stop the excuses. We know that drug addiction is no one's fault. You could have started as an experimental use of the drug, or maybe you were passing through a lot and resorted to using drug. Now that you are aware of the problem, you should seek help. There is help. Go for it. Show yourself some love.
Using drugs is not the right way to gain respect from your peers. Oh, I'm a big boy, I have to be respected. I'm rich, I can afford it. My rich friends are using it, I have to follow suit. No. In fact, any group of friends that require you to use drugs before belonging to their clique are not worthy of you. You will be disrespecting yourself by using drugs. Be recognized and respected for the good things you do and not for the drugs that you take. Work on a project, start a company or a business. Advocate for a positive change, but do not get high on drugs. It is not worth it.
That's okay. It's okay to feel that way sometimes. But you know what is not fine? Resorting to drugs, maybe as some form of comfort, or in a bit to numb the pain. You end up hurting yourself more in the process. Or it could be that you are lonely and you choose drugs as your companion. Hello? You know, I'm here to tell you the truth today. That relationship will end in tears. Hey, you need to forgive yourself. You need to move on. Explore new opportunities. There's a whole lot waiting for you out there. You just need to take that step. And I know you really want to. So, this is the moment to tell the drugs no and mean it.
Did you know that cannabis and alcohol use account for more than 50% of psychiatric illnesses in Nigeria? Did you also know that mental disorder cases have a direct link to drug abuse? Reports have shown that schizophrenic symptoms like disorganized speeches, decreased participation in activities, social isolation, repetitive movements, self-harm, and a lot more are found in patients who indulge in alcohol and cannabis.
Apart from alcohol and cannabis, many other drugs and substances are being abused, and they include cocaine, otherwise known as coke, freebase, crack. It has so many other names. Other drugs include codeine, diazepam, heroin, methadone, tramadol. Oh, this is the commonest one that is being abused in our society today. You hear people come in and ask for TM. Fam, I need TM. I need TM. No. I keep saying no. Other ones include formalin, otherwise known as the suku dye, and some substances like shoe polish, and even glue. Many others are being abused. Sounds awful, right? Yes. But people do abuse these substances. The question is, why do people take them? I mean, why?
In case you did not know, most of the drug abusers in the world today started just by taking these drugs just to be alert, cope with stress, enhance performance, reduce negative emotions, get aroused, and some just to experiment it. But the big question is, do they actually get what they want? Of course you know what the answer is. And most people feel because cannabis is natural, it is safe. No, it is not safe. Please, it is not safe.
It's all useless, and it gets more useless each time. The good effects that the drug usually gives wanes away quickly, and it leaves users with dangerous long-term health conditions like high blood pressure, heart attack, lung cancer, low immunity, infertility, miscarriage, low sperm count, loss of memory, poor concentration, a miserable life, and in some cases, instant death from overdose. Drug users could also go bankrupt because they look for a way to get money to buy these drugs once they get addicted. You're no longer in control of your life. So you see, the drugs that was initially a good friend becomes a cruel master. You remain loyal to it. It drags you everywhere it wants you to go to. But you can be free from it. Yes, you can be free. There is a way out, and you should take that step now. Be free from drug abuse.
Drug addiction does not happen overnight, so don't be too hard on yourself, thinking that drug addiction is a sign of weakness or character flaw. No, it isn't. This is what happens. When a person starts taking psychoactive substances, whether illegal or prescription drugs, certain changes begin to happen in the person's brain, which make the person develop an unusual amount of cravings for that substance, to the extent that he or she can no longer control the desire to have them.
The drug abuse cycle comprises of the initial use, regular use, abuse, tolerance, dependence, and addiction, and each stage becomes increasingly difficult to overcome. You find that the initial use could come about due to a prescription need or for experimentation purposes, but as the person continues to use the drug regularly, it starts to affect the reward centers of the brain, the pleasure centers, the motivation centers, and the memory centers of the brain. You find that the person starts craving for more of the drug, and the initial dose that caused the same effect or the same high that they got at the beginning is no longer enough. This is what is known as tolerance.
Tolerance leads to a progression into a heavy drug abuse. At a point, your body and your brain cannot function properly without having these substances. That is dependence. Dependence leads to addiction. What are the signs of addiction?
The signs of addiction include using more of the substance than you originally planned, being unable to stop the substance, experiencing relationship problems based on substance abuse.
You can also find that you spend a huge amount of time to seek, use, or even recover from use of these drugs. You may even lose interest in your favorite activities, such as hobbies, or from socializing in order to use these substances. There is uncontrollable cravings for and compulsion to use these substances, you feel unwell and disturbed if you do not use them, and you continue using them even when you are aware of their dangers.
Even if you do not have those symptoms now, as long as you continue using the drug, the symptoms of addiction will come. The best thing for you to do is to stop now. There is a way out. Get that freedom for yourself. Call rehabilitation centers. Go out and get that help that you need. Show yourself love. Do it for yourself. Do it for your future.
And if you're not abusing drugs, fine, very fine. It is good not to start, because once the cycle is initiated, it can be very difficult to end it. So, instead of getting high on drugs, why don't you get high on a personal project or ideas? Working on a great project or idea can take you to cloud 9, and the rewards too are usually great. Find love and build a healthy relationship.
My country people, oh, this life when you see so, no get duplicate. Make we say no to drug abuse today, oh.